I'm going to hand over to Michael Williams to give the responses to those. Thanks, Mike.
We have prepared responses for the questions from the public. Should we go through those first?
Sure, yes.
Okay. So there was a question from Gennaro, who I think is left, but the monitoring on East Road was undertaken over 3 days, midweek, April 22, April 23, and October 23. Traffic levels in Cambridge have fluctuated over the year, with levels going up in September this year, according to our traffic sensors. Other works or incidents on the network affect queuing on East Road at times, but monitoring that has been done provides a snapshot of the situation pre and post installation. Other data was considered, such as those at traffic signals, and they indicate similar findings, that there has been an overall moderate increase in queuing. As set out in the report papers, there were technical issues with monitoring surveys undertaken for the northbound direction and a mistake in the timing of April 23 surveys, but the southbound figures show an increase in the number of people cycling. And this is only one aspect of the decision.
It's a decision, is it? I thought it had to be voted on first.
The question from Sarah Hughes. The recommendation is to keep the scheme in place with some changes to improve access for emergency vehicles and bus journey times. Agenda item 11, a strategic update on improving connectivity, gives an overview of the work being undertaken with regard to improving the transport network county-wide. Apologies.
Thank you very much.
The further question from Josh Grantham. The cost to deliver... Oh, sorry, this is a further question. I think that was all of them, Chair.
Thank you very much, Mike. Sorry for the confusion, everybody. I picked up some of the comments on the room, and I know we've obviously had some of the members of the public leave us, but I thought it was quite important for us to address, particularly those questions around the East Road traffic counts and the value for money. So, Claire, are you able just to address the value for money question as well? I know Mr. Burnell isn't here anymore, but it'd be good to kind of have that response for everybody.
Yeah, just to say that value for money has been a consideration throughout the schemes, particularly when assessing which schemes to take forward. There was a very large number of schemes that dropped out because they weren't feasible, that there was too high a cost, and particularly their trial schemes. And we didn't want to spend a huge amount of money on them for them to be removed. And for the trial schemes, we used measures such as modular bolt-down islands, stick-on tactiles, which could be moved or removed quite easily or reused for other schemes. So that was a consideration throughout. Just moving on to the issue of the footage, it was extremely disappointing that we didn't have that footage for that one particular movement. But the vivacity sensors on East Road have been replaced quite recently. Unfortunately, we don't have very good before data, but we do have from this year moving on, we will have good data for numbers of people walking and cycling on East Road. So moving forward, we'll be able to monitor that on an ongoing basis.
Won't take much to count. There aren't many of them there.
Mean that we can monitor that and assess how the scheme is going. And obviously it's not just about numbers, it's also about safety. So it's the collision rate, and that's something, again, that we will be monitoring. And at the moment, it's only been about a year.
There weren't any collisions before.
There have been no collisions since we put the scheme in place.
Thank you very much, Claire. Members, I propose we take kind of questions and debate at the same time on this one.